I think the person suffering often feels helpless and doesn't know where to go. It's important for them to know that there is help and that there is hope. Behind all that emotional stuff is somebody who is really scared. Do you smell like last night's liquor or this morning's liquor? This isn't a problem. I don't have a problem. Alcoholism, I would say, is when you are in the depths, when you are in the grips of the obsession.
My first experience with alcoholism actually came from my family. I'm an adult child of an alcoholic. I know that my mom and my dad were fighting quite a bit, and I knew the issues were around his drinking. And things got pretty bad, reaching the lowest of lows. At the age of 12, I watched alcoholism strip our family of some of our possessions. My father's truck was repossessed. So I was about 12, watched my dad go to AA. That was my very first Alcoholics Anonymous meeting. He had kind of drugged me to. Fast forward into my own addiction, the repercussions of that stripped me of a marriage, almost lost my son, had to go through a divorce. I went through a horrific child custody battle. But I didn't really realize all of that, Before finding recovery, I had a DUI the day after I was married. I had slept in my armchair for 2.5 years. I didn't know which way to turn. I needed to seek help.
Good morning, my name is Pat Brown. I am a licensed social worker, certified interventionist. I work in the drug and alcohol substance use disorder field.
I would have to say my dad was certainly an instrumental part of my support system early on. The mentor that I had found in sobriety, who subsequently passed on, took me through the principles and the 12 steps that then would allow me to help others find their sobriety, was a crucial part.
Alcohol kills people slowly. One of the issues with battling addiction in 2018 is the substances a lot of people are using gets them sicker faster. They reach these lows really, really quick in 6 months, 8 months, 18 months, shorter periods of time, where traditionally alcoholics drink and the deterioration of their life can be decades. An alcoholic death is not a quick death. An alcoholic death is fighting the obsession, not wanting to live the way you're living, having everything break down over the course of years and years and years, and punishing all the people around you while you're fighting this disease.
I had to come in and get treatment to separate me from the chemicals. My thoughts have kind of evolved throughout the time that I've been sober. I just started to live, breathe, and eat this recovery thing, and I was working in the hospitality industry, and so I would go to meetings, I would go to work, I'd come home, and I was able one day at a time to really separate myself from the problem, which was the alcohol and other substances.
You do, unfortunately, you get a lot of bad news. But part of what keeps me going is being able to grip one of the good stuff and hear that somebody's like, hey, you know what, I'm doing great. And my relationship with my wife is great. My relationship with my children is healing. Good things are happening because I'm sober.
I realized that, part of my addiction had robbed me of the responsibility of fatherhood. So I had missed quite a bit of my young son's life, probably a good 2.5 years of that. Sobriety had given me the opportunity to be able to regain all of that and more. Fast forward now, he's 15 and doesn't want dad's influence quite so much anymore, but that's a journey as well. But one thing that recovery has taught me is that I can go through anything. I can go through the death of my mother, or my grandparents, or buying a home, or change of careers, a divorce, child custody battles, a marriage, being a stepfather to 2 kids that aren't mine, and then being a father again to one that is ours. And I haven't had the need that I need to cope with any of that by drinking or using drugs.